It is the Riot podcast in which food fights finally take place.
Finally, if you were listening yesterday to the podcast, we were trying to have the Nilla banana pudding cereal food fight.
Just didn't work out.
Things were not aligning right, and so the milk was spoiled, and we just couldn't do it. But today, everything worked out. We tried it, and the Frosted Flake Lucky Charms, thanks to Sarah again and Chris, who each sent in those cereals.
Hey, you know what we're going to give you as a podcast listener? We're going to go ahead and give you a special, like, you know about it first kind of thing. This is a podcast exclusive. We haven't started talking about it yet. Starting next Thursday night, or on next Thursday night, 1 week from today, the Riot Live.
We're doing another live anniversary show on Facebook. Our last one was at Christmas time, which was so much fun.
It was.
Maybe that's because there were presents and.
You know, that's a good question. Like, are there presents this time?
And Christmas decorations and things. So I'm not sure. But our anniversary one we also like to do. We do that every year where we host a special evening show that you can watch only on Facebook. And that'll be through our RadioU Riot page next Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific.
Mm-hmm. So we want to make sure that you are ready to spend some time with us, and we're excited to do that. So 1 week from today, next Thursday, and if you haven't yet, facebook.com/RadioU.
Follow us there, and then you'll be a part and ready when you get notifications.
Okay. So you guys enjoy today's podcast. Nikki and I will just be, we'll be here.
Anything else we want to tease, or just the cereal is enough?
No, I think the cereal's enough. You had the cereal in the next Friday, Thursday.
That's plenty.
It's good.
All right, have a good day, everybody.
Bye.
The Riot.
They hate me. They hate you. They hate us.
Why else would they make us listen to the worst of the Riot? Radio U.
Well, I did it again. I stopped at Walmart before I came into the studio, and I just feel like stopping in at Walmart, before like 10 a.m., maybe.
But you're real early.
Yeah, it just feels like maybe it's a gamble of some kind, because this time I actually thought, I was like, every time you go to Walmart, you have some weird story, and this has been perfectly fine. You got your stuff. They declined your card for some reason, but whatever. And let's just get out of here. Like, no big deal.
Don't leave any time open for something to happen.
So then I'm in the parking lot, and I just hear, hey! And I was like, oh, gosh.
Here it is.
And he's walking towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Hey! And I thought, oh, man.
Is this some guy yelling at you?
I didn't do anything. I'm standing here with milk. This milk is for our cereal food fight
That's for
that
work.
we're going to do on our show.
It's for work.
And so he is screaming. I'm like, bro, this guy's screaming at me. And he is coming across the parking lot like he means business. And I just thought, man, I've been a fight in a long time.
What's happening?
But I mean, like, I feel like
you can hit him with the milk.
I feel like this might be happening. And he yells a couple more times, and then he gets very close to me.
Yeah.
But he gets to the car right in front of me.
Oh, it's not you?
It's literally like, I'm parked in one space, and the other car is pulled in, parked at me.
Sure.
And he is screaming at the car that's right in front of me.
What was he screaming about?
And I don't know. Like, he rips the driver's side door open and starts just screaming at the person in the passenger seat about how he was looking for at Walmart, they didn't have it. And
So was it an employee who came out and was screaming at him, or just another customer?
It was just another customer.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. And
like, I'm just going to quietly get into my car.
I like put my stuff in. I was like, get out.
Sometimes you feel like you're supposed to get involved, like concerned, and not this time, just leave.
Something about it just felt like, hey, I have got to get out of here.
Before he starts yelling actually at you.
I don't know what's going on, but he's missed me. I feel good about that. Let's get out of here.
How very weird.
Yes.
You always say you're going early to Walmart, but I feel like at the hours you're actually going before the show, it's almost like what is the late night crowd at Walmart?
It totally could be. So I got what we're looking for. We've got our cereal food fight that's going to happen today, Nikki.
We have fresh milk instead of the expired milk we had yesterday.
Right. That's right.
So we're ready to go.
2% straight from the Walmart cows. Like, it's the good stuff.
Remember, if you can just make it through the rest of the Riot, then you can probably make it through the rest of the week. And through the next several months. And then it'll practically be Christmas. The Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, are you familiar with Tom Brady?
Tom Brady, yes.
Of the National Football League?
So isn't he 6-time Super Bowl quarterback winner from the Patriots?
He has won more Super Bowl than any player in NFL history. 6 Super Bowls, as you said, that he's been a part of. Well, Tom Brady, he started with them Patriots back in the year 2000.
So has he always been with them, or did he play with another team beforehand?
I guess.
It's been a long time.
I don't really know.
Normally, one team doesn't always keep a player for that long.
I know this, though. I know that Tom Brady, when he signed in 2000, he was kind of a nobody. Like, nobody seemed to care all that much, and it was an injury to... was it Drew Bledsoe at the time who was the quarterback? That all
and
of a
then
sudden,
he moved up.
Everything changed. Well, his rookie card just set a record. The highest paid for, most expensive rookie card, any card in football history. Mm-hmm. It just sold for $400,100.
Pretty good.
So, according to the article that I'm reading, they say that collectors of tangible assets, meaning something that you can actually buy and hold in your hand, that is something that is showing a bit of a resurgence.
Really?
And so that is why you're beginning to see items like this that are starting to sell for more and more. People are starting to want to put their money into
a physical item.
A physical item with the idea that it's going to, of course, appreciate over time.
Because something's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it.
Always.
They can always estimate a larger price for it, but when it gets down to it, is there someone who wants to buy it? And I'd be worried if I were to invest so much money in a rookie card for Tom Brady. Am I the only one who was interested in investing money in a rookie card, or can I turn that around and sell it to someone else who's willing to pay even more?
I don't think you'd want to sell
it. I'd be too afraid.
Right away.
No, I know, but down the road, what if Tom Brady's gone through his ups and downs with that, but what if something happened? It's a lot of money.
I think it's one of those things that Tom Brady, especially after winning this last Super Bowl, whether you like him or not, his position as a historical figure in the NFL is pretty secure. And so I would imagine that while that's a lot of money, and who the heck knows what happens to the market, at least as far as that goes, you're not betting on a penny stock. Like this guy, his name's going to carry for a while.
Sure. Just, I'm too afraid to invest in a rookie football card.
There were 118 bids for this card.
On it?
So at the very least, we know there are 117 other people out there that are, well, I guess that doesn't
count, because sometimes you bid in the bottom, when you get down just because you want to be a part of the excitement.
Right.
It doesn't count unless you're bidding on the top when it goes to the end.
Yeah, that's true. So it's probably, just a couple of people.
Well, congratulations to whoever sold it, though. That's quite a lot of money.
$400,000. There were only 100 of those cards printed. Only 2 of them are rated above a 9 as far as quality goes.
Sure.
And this was one of the 2 that's rated a 9. Man, I want to have one of those just so I can sell it. Yeah, I mean,
not to keep.
The card itself?
Not to buy.
That feeling when you hear that every school in the state is closed, but yours? Now you know how we feel. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
I want to say thanks to Stacy. I just saw that I was reading this story, and she posted it on the Riot's Facebook page.
Look at that.
And if you want to, you can go to facebook.com/RadioU Riot or RadioU, and there you'll get a chance to see us engaged in a food fight. But it won't be this good.
It's not like this.
I mean, these people have set a really high bar for a food fight. Ours is going to seem tame in comparison.
So is this in Alabama?
In Alabama at the Meteor Buffet.
Oh, it looks nice.
Nikki, it's a meteor because it came from heaven.
It's a hibachi grill place.
Mm-hmm. And so here's what happens is you got a lot of people in line for crab legs.
Must have been at nighttime. Sometimes when you go to buffets, the crab legs are rolling out like at nighttime.
It's a crab leg night on the buffet.
It's a special, not every day or every meal food.
So there's a police officer on site who has gone there to eat. He is off duty. He says that he sat down and has taken 2 bites of food when he hears a fight breaking out. And here's the quote. There's a woman who's beating a man. People are moving around. Plates are shattering everywhere. The officer said the diners were impatiently in line for crab legs, and he said it looked like a fencing match where diners were using their tongs like swords.
I said maybe there wasn't enough crab legs on the buffet, and so people are getting mad.
Ching, 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 ching. I will pinch you. I will pinch you.
Said for the diners using their tongs like swords, it's not something you typically hear, is what the police officer said.
Everyone was saying, and again, this is a quote from the cop in there, they cut in line. She cut me in line. He cut me in line. I was here first. Now, let's keep in mind.
These are grown-ups.
These are grown-ups that are yelling over, he was in line, I was in line.
But it seems like it was the restaurant, because they said they've been waiting for crab legs for a good 10 to 20 minutes. And we've all been there, right? But they were acting out on what they should not have been acting out on.
I've got to tell you, hungry people are some of the worst people to deal with. And there's a little something about the buffet crowd. Now, I don't know what it is exactly, but buffets bring out a certain kind of people. And let's be clear, I know this because I go to buffets.
You've been there.
Which means that I'm one of those people.
We haven't been there in a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. We used to, for a few years there, it was quite the something.
Well, okay, we went to the Golden Corral for Buffet Club one day. And
we called it a buffet club when we would go to a buffet, like Fight Club, but buffets.
And so we went to Buffet Club, and we were in there, and this huge group of people came in. Huge. And they were all walking past the buffet, looking at the fried chicken, and they were, I don't know if you remember this, do you remember them loudly yelling and complaining about there not being enough fried chicken?
Mm-hmm.
It's
like the crab thing, but with the fried chicken.
They were there for fried chicken, and where's the chicken?
Because we would usually try to go earlier to get a jump on it, but we went later that day, and we really saw what the buffet was like during a crowded time. And there was a desperation from people because they could not put food out on the buffet fast enough. Well, and they were mad.
And you know what? I've experienced that less at, like the Golden Corral and more like a pizza buffet. You know how it is when, all of a sudden 20 people show up. They're hungry. They all pay for the pizza buffet.
And there's
nothing on the buffet. So one pepperoni comes out and the whole restaurant is just like, I will cut you.
Well, they were doing that with the tongs at the hibachi grill place, which if you look at the picture of it, it looks a lot like a gas station.
It does.
It's not like a restaurant, but that's fine.
Hey, maybe that's why they were able to offer such a discounted rate on the crab legs.
Well, they didn't have crab legs. It's like they're lying about them.
Oh, man. And I love this article references another crab leg buffet fight that took place in Connecticut in 2016 where pepper spray was involved.
It's bad. You know what I want to do? I want to go to one of those crab boil places. Have you ever had that? Like the crab in a bag sort of stuff, the potatoes, the corn on the cob, and all the seasoning. I want to go one of those places.
Just a heads up, I don't eat crab.
You don't?
No.
I don't want the little. I want one of the big crab legs.
Yeah.
So if anybody has a recommendation.
They're bottom feeders, man.
Well, yeah, but we all have to eat somewhere.
Cockroaches of the sea.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. Nikki, why don't you just save yourself all this time?
And just eat off the bottom of the sea?
Nope. I got one better for you. Just get a bowl of butter. That's what you're there for.
I know.
That's what you're there for.
And the seasoning.
All right,
I want the seasoned butter.
Get butter and seasoning.
And
you know
dip
what?
bread in it.
Then you don't have to get in a fight with any old guys over the crab legs. I was here first.
I think it really sounds good. I haven't had it in forever.
I will cut you.
I mean, who hasn't gone to a buffet and had that?
Depends on the day. I mean, I will tell you, construction workers, you're all at the pizza buffet. You can see it going down.
The Riot is an award-winning morning show.
It's literally a medal for sucking.
Now that is a medal for trying.
Okay.
RadioU.
And I'll have the number 8. That's a party platter. It serves 12 people. I know what I'm about, son.
The Riot. Food fight.
Okay, Nikki, it's finally time.
Finally having this cereal.
It's taken days and days.
I have to thank Chris. He was so sweet, a podcast listener of ours. We've been looking for this cereal for quite some time. We've tried the other ones, except for the Oreo cereal from Post, which we'll try next week. Mm-hmm. But this is the Nilla banana pudding cereal.
This is the one. I tried to find this for Nikki's birthday.
I know you did, and
she
we couldn't.
really wanted it for her birthday.
So the Nilla banana pudding It looks like it has like a marshmallow. Well, it does have a marshmallow in it.
It does.
But it's almost supposed to be, if you have banana pudding, you put like the Cool Whip or the marshmallow stuff on top.
Yeah, and the only thing is, like, if you look at it...
This is big cereal.
There's not a lot of marshmallows in it. On the box, it shows a ton of marshmallows, but, like, in actual practice...
Not as much.
Not so much, really.
They're large pieces.
Yeah.
Large pieces.
Okay, so we're starting dry, right?
Yeah, and I think I just want to try the Nilla wafer part.
It smells very banana.
Well, it's supposed to be a banana pudding. Pretty good. Is it supposed to be a Nilla banana thing, or...
What do you mean by that?
The cookies, the Nilla wafer cookies, is there a banana version that we just don't know about?
I don't know.
So
I think the idea is you make banana pudding, but then you like put the Nilla wafers in the top.
The marshmallows are good. Try a marshmallow.
Okay. I gotta find one.
That's good. I'm good. What do you think?
It's all right.
Underwhelming?
It's all right.
All right, add a little something to it.
All right, we got our milk here. Mm-hmm.
So Nilla banana pudding.
Yeah, when you add the marshmallow in, it definitely...
So the banana must be in the cookie part then.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's where the flavor is.
Absolutely. Oh, man, it's flying.
They're such large pieces, it doesn't fit on our little cups for our food fight. I like it. It's a light flavor. Sometimes we've had such crazy flavors recently. This is just a nice light flavor.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You like the marshmallows?
Yeah, but I've had
you
one.
hardly have. I told you got to go in the box and grab more out of them.
Yeah, it was just okay. I'm getting a marshmallow.
Yep.
Yeah.
For me, that's a yes. I like it.
Okay. All right.
Next one. So did Sarah bring us this one?
This came from Sarah. She shipped it in. She said
Sarah,
that.
Thank you for sending it in. You guys are mailing these in to us.
I love it. And she said thanks. Her and her boyfriend, they love the s'more cereal, which I got to tell you.
It's the one we've never done.
That's the one, dude.
The post-s'more cereal that recently came out, we've never done an official food fight with. Obi's just always eaten it.
Yeah, it's too good for a food fight.
Well, you love it. You can't control yourself with it.
It's the best, Nikki.
So is this just Frosted Flakes and Lucky Charms?
Oh, listen.
Not that it's just like in a mean way, but is that what we're looking at?
You've been hanging out with Michael too much. You just minimized this. Okay.
Instead of the kitty litter pieces that Obi always talks about.
Yeah, it's not kitty litter. It's Frosted Flakes.
Uh-huh. There's that frosting. There's those Frosted Flakes.
That's weird. That is weird. It is better than the kitty litter.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the kitty litter is so bland when you're eating I
feel like this is much more sugary.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Because it's on the flakes, too. Compared to...
The marshmallows don't stick out as much.
With it? You don't need the marshmallows as much. Because the flakes do it, too.
Yeah, because, man, that kitty litter...
Oh, and when we opened up the Frosted Flake Lucky Charms, good luck finding many of the Lucky Charms.
Yeah, there's so few marshmallows in any of that.
And I know that's so common for cereals, but there really was a shockingly lack of Lucky Charms. For it being the main part of the cereal, there wasn't a lot of marshmallows.
That's weird. I hate to say this, but that's not Lucky Charms.
But if you got over that, is it okay? You have to get, it's something new. You got to get used to new things.
Do I?
No, you don't. You don't really.
Are we on a journey of growth now?
I just thought you were supposed to say that. You're supposed to give everything a chance.
You really need to try new things. You've got to grow as a person.
We're still eating cereal.
You're so stunted.
I like it better than the normal Lucky Charms. I think the Frosted Flakes work well with it.
In general, I think Frosted Flakes are pretty good. You have to eat them fast because once they get soggy, it's like nightmare fuel. But
well, Chris and Sarah, thank you for sending in those cereal items.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Yes.
These are okay. But for Lucky Charms, just get chocolate Lucky Charms.
That's all you need to do.
And then for these post cereals, just get the s'mores.
Well, we have the Oreo one to still try. That's the last one.
I know, it is. It's the last one, and
what
it's
over there. What if it's even better than the s'mores one?
I don't see how that's possible. I really don't. I got some cereal to eat. I'll be back.
The worst of the riot. It's like Lucky Charms, but no marshmallows. RadioU.
Every so often we say something, and then that leads to everybody texting about it. And I feel like the vanilla orange Coke that I mentioned is something that everybody wanted to talk about.
It would appear that we may have struck a chord.
Didn't it come out like on the 23rd or 25th? Or it's supposedly out.
Okay, so here... Oh, crap.
Yes.
I just clicked... I just had a website asking me if they could send me... push notifications, and I always say no, and I somehow managed to click yes.
You clicked yes? Oh, no. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
You've just messed it all.
I'm going to have to dig through it and figure it out because, holy crap, the last thing I want is that, right? Anyway, let's get back to what's important, okay? Bryce says the vanilla orange Coke is by far the best thing to land on this planet.
That's a bold statement there.
Wow, Bryce, I mean, is it... There's no way it's that good.
It could be. I mean, he's not lying to him. That's a truthful statement.
All right. The orange vanilla Coke is like a drink in Germany, which is orange Faygo and Coke. But this would just have vanilla in it. Okay. That was Haley, I believe, that told us that. And then JD says, we've got the orange vanilla Coke at my work. I'm at the OSU Wexner Medical Center East location.
Is it like at a freestyle machine there, or is it a vending machine, or where? Because if we come to your work, we need to know where to
The idea of you and I, where are you going?
Just showing up.
I got to go to the hospital.
Yeah,
what
why?
for?
Well,
they've got orange vanilla Coke there.
And we're going to need your name, sir or ma'am, because we want to make sure we can ask for you. And you're the one that told us to come there.
Yeah. So that, I can see us going to visiting hospital vending machines for food fights. Sure, why not?
You go to where the product is.
That's
I
right.
don't see anything wrong with that.
JD asks, what's your favorite cereal of all time?
Cereal-wise?
Yeah.
Cookie Crisp.
Still,
even though I haven't had it for years. That's a memory. I just love it from a memory.
There's no way it holds up.
I bet it does.
I'll bet it doesn't.
It's a little cookie. How can it not?
It's not a little cookie.
It's a crisp cookie.
It's not a little cookie.
It is.
You know what? I feel
we need to have then a special food fight of like our favorite childhood cereals.
Mm-hmm. Well, for me,
going
like
with that.
I know my favorite cereal has recently changed, and my favorite cereal is Post S'mores.
That's the stuff.
And I can tell you, I just had it, and it's the best.
But
still.
what about before that? Because that's a newcomer.
Before that, when I was a kid, my favorite was Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I loved Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I used to also every so often get a real craving, even when I was not a kid anymore, for Honey Nut Cheerios.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that weird? With bananas.
Are you a baby with them in your little bowl?
But I would eat it, and then you'd put bananas in it. Fresh cut bananas.
No, that's wrong. I mean, actually, you know what?
That's
probably pretty good.
Yes,
that
great.
sounds pretty good.
It's very nice.
It also sounds like a commercial that if you're cutting up bananas in it. But,
Oh my gosh. I should take the Nilla banana pudding cereal and cut up a banana and put it in it.
Boom.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect.
Yes.
You're doing that, aren't you?
I am totally doing it. I want to take the box home.
I don't
want to leave the box here for other people.
I kind of just assumed you were taking the box home.
I think I'm taking it home with me. I just need to get bananas.
Mm-hmm. So, I bet that's good.
Well, thank you, JD, for getting back with us. He was saying the vanilla orange Coke is bottled where he's working at.
Do you want to know something about me? Do you know that I stock bananas?
Are they in your car?
No, but it's one of those things where, like, for me right now, I know that I have 2 bananas left at home, so I might need to stop and get more.
Get some more?
Yeah.
You were just at the store this morning.
Man, yeah, I was. I should have got bananas.
Come on.
I'll tell you, Walmart's bananas aren't as good. I can tell you, it's true.
But it would have been better than nothing.
Worst of the riot, not enough? Not enough. Check the blog and all things Riot at riot.radiou.com.
All right, Nikki, The Bachelor. How is it?
Is it still on?
23 seasons.
Is that how many?
23
So wait,
seasons.
there's Bachelor and then there's the other
Bachelorette.
one, Bachelorette. Are they counting, like, do they run 2 a year or something?
I don't know.
Or how often is the Bachelor on?
Is season 23, does that count the Bachelorette?
That's what I'm curious about. We need a Bachelor fan to text us and tell us.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. I want
there to be. I don't want you guys to be Bachelor fans, okay?
No, if you meet a Bachelor fan, like they're fans,
They're
and
like
there are a
a
lot of them out there.
They're like a vegan or a CrossFitter. Like
They'll
they're going to
tell
tell you. Don't worry, they'll let you know what's going on. I just cannot believe that show and that concept still exists. I mean, the flip side to it is basically The Bachelor has taken the thing that old women have been doing forever and put it on TV where they're like, ooh, you guys should get together. The two of you should be together.
Matchmaking?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's all it is really, right?
Well, isn't it like group matchmaking, but one bachelor?
Yeah.
So it's not quite like where you'd have a number of people.
Nikki, let's call it what it is.
I don't want to. I don't know. I'm afraid I'm going to offend people.
It's emotional pornography.
Is it? Kinda.
I mean, it's a bunch of people that we
don't want to go too deep. You're not supposed to look too deep at it. All right?
I mean, I'm not supposed.
Stop while you're there, where you're at. Stop already.
Well, you know what? Okay, we have talked about this before, and that is anytime you bump into anything, there's a community around it.
Yeah.
And so I was talking, I think a day or two ago, about the energy drink community, a phrase I'd never heard before, but we now know exists. And now I have run into the Bachelor community. And there is a huge controversy in the Bachelor community, Nikki, because spoilers have leaked for this season.
No.
And they are saying that the way it ends is way off track from the way it normally ends.
The current one?
Mm-hmm. For season 23. Come on, let's spoil it. Who wants to know?
No, don't do it. But if you could just go online, you can.
Oh, no, it is weirdly everywhere.
What is there to spoil? Just who he picks or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's not life ending if we find that out ahead of time. But I'm also not invested in the show.
Yeah, I was going to say,
in the show.
For someone that was just defending the community, you just smacked them hard. Okay, that was a backhanded defense right there.
Thank you, Jeff, for the text. The only good thing about The Bachelor is the vacation ideas. Do they go on vacations?
Probably.
And you get ideas?
Man, I don't need vacation ideas because I can't, the most I can afford is the bananas from Walmart.
That's why
Look
people
at my
go on this
tropical
show.
vacation. I got some bananas from Walmart.
No, you're going on this show to go on vacations.
Oh,
you don't really want to meet somebody.
You don't?
You just really want to go on vacation.
You know, Nikki, what you just said might have something to do with the finale.
I know. But I read an article once. I think you have to pay for a lot of things you wouldn't think that you would.
It's way expensive to go on the show.
Yeah, you have to pay for your wardrobe and
your own hair and stuff.
Your makeup and hair. And I assumed that would have just been something that the show provided for the whole thing, and you got to take it home with you.
It seems like it would be part of the package, but I guess
it's not.
Yeah. Well, all right, everybody.
Carl, you're a riot listener. Please spoil the ending. Bachelor fans deserve no joy.
You know what?
Thank you, Carl, for the text.
No, we're right on the verge of the backlash.
We're not going to.
We're right
not
on the verge of the
it.
backlash. I can feel people getting mad right now.
But if you really
like
want
that
to
time
know,
I made fun of Glee and I never heard the end of it.
If you really want to know, you can text us at 8772 RadioU and we'll be happy to spoil it that way. But we're not going to say it on air.
Ever grab milk right out of the fridge to pour in your cereal, only to realize that your stupid roommate left an empty carton in the fridge? That emptiness is nothing compared to how you're about to feel. It's the worst of the riot on RadioU.
Reading an article here about Miriam and Michelle. They're identical twin sisters. They're Instagram models. That's the work they do. They say that they've had surgery a couple of times, and if one of them gets surgery, the other one has to get it because they're always trying to maintain. They
always try to look identical?
Yeah, they want to look as identical as possible because, it's part of their gig. But here's the thing about all of this that blows my mind. They're really well known for the shape of their posterior regions.
I see. I get what you're saying. I understand.
So this is what got my attention. They say they do 2,000 squats a day.
What? Like 1,000 each or 2,000 each?
I think 2,000 each.
How would you? That seems like a lot. Is that possible? Can we get the CrossFitter back on?
That's what I would like to know.
I mean,
2,000. I assume those are unweighted squats.
Sure.
So they're just doing body weight squats, which, hey, that still can be really good exercise.
2,000? Maybe we're embellishing a bit.
It's not us.
Well, no, maybe they're embellishing,
I think so.
Could be. But again, we're not, I'm not working out. So if you work out a lot, Like if you work out every day a lot, is 2,000 unheard of, or is it believable?
Well, I don't feel like I hear from a lot of people that do body weight exercises with numbers that go that high, that they do 2,000 squats.
Hurts my knees to think
per
about
day.
that, or my legs.
Well, you know,
then
Nikki,
you're not squatting right.
That's correct.
I know, but I still don't want to think about it.
If your knees are hurting really badly when squatting, you need to work on your form.
When we played volleyball, we used to have to do a lot of squats, and then you just have to like sit on the wall, like sit and
isometric leg sit.
I hated that thing so much. You do that for like 5 or 10 minutes, and yes, but not 2,000.
2,000 squats per day.
Why would they lie? But then again, we see every day a lot of people lie. So it's possible.
Maybe they meant 200.
Maybe they said like 2,000, and it's, somewhere over 1,000, or a number is kind of like 2,000.
Well, think about this. Let's say you're awake for 15 hours a day. Like that's saying they're getting 9 hours of sleep. So that's too generous. So let's say 18 hours. But they're models, so they probably, part of their beauty regimen really is probably getting enough
a good night's sleep.
So let's say, all right, they sleep 8 hours a night, 16 hours. All right, 16 hours in a day.
Maybe they do it morning and night, so twice.
Do you think?
I bet you they split it up.
What if they did it squats once an hour? They'd have to do 125 squats per hour.
They're not doing that. Who has time for this?
I don't believe it.
But maybe in the Instagram world model time, you do have available time for it. That is your job.
That's like The Rock is like, I work out 4 times a day, and I'm up at 4 a.m. working out. Then I eat 5 fried chickens, and then I go back to sleep for a while, and then I'm back
for
out.
A role, and yes, that's his job at that moment. So maybe they are doing a 2,000 of them.
I mean, like it's their job to maintain a certain look, and so the way you and I sit in this room and blah, blah, blah all day, they'd be in a room just like, all right, that's 300, let's take 5 and come back and get 100 more.
Where these models are probably like, how do they sit in that room and talk all day? For how many hours? I think they're lying.
How much talking is that?
Yeah, we're fibbing.
You play music too, though. I mean, come on, right?
Well, 2,000 squats a day. You got to do what you got to do.
2,000. Wow. I don't know. I still don't know if I buy it.
The Riot.
Apparently, some of the less athletic types go nuts for this stuff.
RadioU.
Nikki, I'm a member, and membership has its privileges.
So you went from MoviePass, you dumped MoviePass when it went through all of its drama last year.
Okay, let me just tell you something right now. To say I dumped MoviePass, I don't even think that's right. That felt more like a mutual breakup.
No, I wanted it to be aware that it was on your terms. You broke up with them.
I mean, it is true, but again, I've got to say that I just feel like when
they were messed up.
They were such a wreck that at some point it's like, look, you don't have to stay. You can just go.
So you left that, and then you stopped seeing movies for a few months when you had been more frequently going. Right. And then you went back to wanting to more frequently go. So you thought, well, what other movie pass program should you join? And so you went with AMC's ones.
Yeah. And I joined AMC Stubbs A-List. $20 a month, 3 movies a week. But, of course, you have to go to an AMC Theaters location, which you may or may not have where you live.
And then you can use one of your 3 to, schedule one. You can schedule ahead of time.
I bought my Captain Marvel ticket, which is next Friday, 2 weeks ago. And it counted toward that week,
not the
week that I'm actually going to be going. So if you schedule it right, you can get all 12 of your tickets every month. I mean, I haven't. The most I've done is 2 movies in a week. And I think at this point it has been, I didn't go to the movies last week because I was sick. And I haven't gone to the movies this week, and I probably won't. I probably will not hit a movie again until next week.
Well, once your immune system's back now.
Yeah.
Because he's been so sick.
At one point I thought, one of those days last week, I was like, I think I'm feeling better. Maybe I'll go to the movies. And it was like, what are you doing? You can't go to the movies today. Lay down. So I don't know, maybe next week. But, definitely next week, at least next Friday for sure. But they have just announced that they've hit 700,000 subscribers.
700,000 for AMC?
Mm-hmm. 700,000 people paying $20 a month. And here's what...
What's the math on that?
Well,
I guess just how many is that?
Wouldn't that be $14 million a month?
It's pretty good.
So what they were saying is that it's been a very successful program for them because people that are in Stubbs A-list, they say they go to the movies way more often than they did without it. And here's the hook. They bring people with them. And so
who maybe don't have the program.
They say that the Stubbs A-listers almost act like movie ambassadors out there, pulling more people into going to the movies. Yeah. Because they're going so often.
And then they might end up signing up for it. That's why I wish some of these theaters or just organizations who offer these incentives.
Yeah.
A lot of times the incentives only last for so long and then they start bringing them back, like pulling things away. And I just wish that they would realize those are still good to have to keep people loyal and keep them as customers and then bring their friends along with them.
Sure.
It's not worth taking everything away.
Yeah. And so they say that as far as they're concerned, this program has been a complete success. Now, they have raised the price in some markets from the $19.99. Some places it's $22. Some places it's $24.
Is that a tax thing or something?
I don't know. Maybe it was just, I don't know.
Well, I don't
why.
think legally they could unless they're taxing different states or different cities.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, you can charge. It's their thing. They can charge what they want.
Well, why would they want to? Like, oh, you live over there. All right, we're going to charge you more.
I think it has more to do with, like, okay, California and New York, it's $24 a month.
Well, everything's more money there anyways.
Cost of living's higher, et cetera, et cetera. So it probably has more to do with that than anything else.
Is that AMC the one doing the popcorn thing coming up, or is that another theater?
Oh, the one where you buy a popcorn.
It's like a popcorn. It's a popcorn subscription service where you go in and you bring your bucket.
You know, you'd be surprised at most movie theaters if you go in and see what they're up to. They're probably doing this.
They already have one?
Yeah, they probably have something like that. The Marcus Cinemas that we used to go to, they did it was temporary and like not a long-term thing, but they did a thing where you paid so much and you could keep filling it up for like $2 every time you came in.
I just want to bring a big reusable bag and be like, okay, fill her up, put it in my bag.
You know what? I'm better off going to the theater and just saying, you're not allowed to have anything.
But, no, that's the fun of it.
No. You have got to shut it down. Don't even make it a possibility, because once they prime the pump,
You're gone.
It's like those days when they give you free popcorn. They know that they're training you to get popcorn when you go to the movies. So on the other days you go, you still gonna get popcorn.
It's not because they're nice. They're just trying to trick you.
It's an investment.
The Worst of the Riot box set is now available nowhere because we know you wouldn't want it anyway. It's The Worst of the Riot on RadioU.
Check this out. Remember yesterday when I was telling everybody how I was sick, and then when I was homesick, I was watching a movie, and when I was watching that movie, the streaming copy I was watching was way different.
It had the alternate ending.
Yes.
That you never knew about.
That I never knew anything about. This was a movie called The Town with Ben Affleck that no one likes but me.
No, one other person texted. The podcast listener said they liked it.
That no one likes but me and that one person on the podcast.
Which is why he's listening to our podcast.
It's fine. Yeah. We really do need to get somebody in here with some more mainstream appeal. We really do. But
I'm too agreeable too. I'll be like, oh yeah, The Town. It sounds wonderful. Who doesn't love the one guy from Batfleck or whatever he was?
That's right. I need somebody that's in here like, dude, shut up and watch a real movie.
Let's get more current.
Enjoy something cool like Transformers: The Last Night.
But you said, which he was being sarcastic with that, just in case someone thought that's his option.
That was the idea.
But yeah, you were talking about how it had a very odd alternate ending.
It did. Well, guess what? It's not the only movie that's got an alternate ending floating out there. Apparently, if you live in the UK and you were watching The Notebook,
I saw that.
They say that there's an alternate ending.
Is it an alternate ending, or did they just cut it out?
No,
I think they cut some.
According to Netflix Twitter in the UK, they say things you should know. We did not edit The Notebook. An alternate version exists and was supplied to us. We're getting to the bottom ASAP. Apparently, some films have more than one ending.
And they got that one.
That's the one that was supplied to them, and it's the one that they streamed. So,
can you imagine someone's job? Like, all right, we'll put The Notebook up today. Okay, I'll get it up.
It would be as simple as you're dragging and dropping files, I'll bet.
They just had the wrong one.
Somebody sent them the whatever file that had the different ending, and that was it. And that, I don't know if that's what happened to me or not, but was sitting down watching that alternate version of The Town, I was just like, wait, What?
Sometimes, and I don't think if everybody is watching the town, like maybe that just went under the radar.
I don't think there's a lot of us out there.
There's another one, Matt from Columbus. He just texted in, said the town's an amazing film. You got 3 of you.
All right. Hey, look at that.
3 whole people. Woo!
Wow. I just got a text message from Tex, RadioU extraordinaire. He also liked the town, so that's 4.
Guys, you got another ending you could be watching.
And every text message represents 1 million people that are listening right now.
So you got quite a lot.
4 million people that are into
large
it.
study group. Sometimes mistakes happen. I watched Wreck-It Ralph around Valentine's, the second one.
Yeah.
So whatever, Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
And it was through Amazon, and their copy was messed up to where they had, it was black for a bunch of the beginning with just this terrible noise.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of the negative reviews came from if you bought the movie.
There was something wrong with it.
Yeah, and then eventually Amazon fixed it. But, mistakes happen.
Well, I found out, I was watching The Expanse on Amazon, and I was watching their 4K version of it. And one of the episodes, not only is it not 4K, but it's less than HD. And I Googled it and found a Reddit thread that was all about The Expanse episode 5 or whatever, and what a mess it was on Amazon, but they never fixed it.
And we live in this world, at least for me, where I'm like, well, why isn't it fixed? Or why can't you fix it right now? And you're used to watching it a certain way, and how is there a mistake? How is that possible?
What are you doing?
But there is, and it happens a lot. We just don't realize it.
So there's an alternate version of The Notebook. I wonder if it's a version that's good.
People had seen it before the version. They knew it existed.
Okay. All right.
And it's not good because it takes out a part that people liked.
Oh, okay.
You don't get closure.
Is the original good?
Oh, it's sad. It's all sad.
I know. You hate the Riot. Why are they on the radio?
Stupid. Yeah.
Honestly, we can't trust them with anything else. It's the Riot on RadioU.
Here's a quote for you, Nikki. The first thing that hits me is the smell. Sewer mixed with vomit, mixed with BO, mixed with dirty feet.
Doesn't that sound or smell nice?
Is
it a new perfume?
It's the new cereal from General Mills. Lucky Harms.
No. Is it a sewer thing or what is it?
This is a couple that they say they were upstairs, doing their thing. They were at home when they heard this sound downstairs, and they were like,
what's that?
What's going on? She goes downstairs, and that's when the smell gets her.
Can you imagine people just start throwing up, adding to it?
Turns
What's
out,
that?
She says that then a man just walks out of the bathroom wrapped in a towel.
I thought you were going to say a sewer thing broke and a pipe busted or something, but why is there a man in the house?
Because the smell was coming from him. He just came into their house and took a shower.
Well, wait. All right. So why would the shower, did he use the bathroom?
Well, I think he smelled really bad.
Yeah.
And maybe the smell of him was in the house, and then he's clean now. Yeah,
but normally it just doesn't linger like that. How did he break in? They don't know?
Yes, he did. So,
but it was emergency if he smelled that bad.
Yeah, well, okay. I'll just tell you right now. If anybody that I haven't invited is in my house,
that's not loud.
I'm gonna make a phone call.
Yeah, just lock him in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a phone call.
But I wonder, did he have stomach issues as well, or sometimes if he uses the bathroom and showers, what's he doing? I
don't know the answer to that, but I do know that he wasn't alone. He had another friend that was in the shower while he came out. And they started screaming at each other.
Gosh, I guess it's a party. Lock your doors. How are people getting in?
Right?
Mike texted it's probably the smell from the clothes, too.
Could be.
Could be everything.
So it sounds like, was this person homeless or were they just drunk out of their mind
Probably
and they wandered
drugs.
in? Could have been
maybe
whatever.
They had their own house. They just can't figure out where it is.
And so she went ahead and called the police. The people are gone. They never caught him, but then I have to ask another question, Nikki.
You're moving.
Are you?
Oh, yeah, you can't stay. You can't use that shower or that toilet. You just can't.
What if it's the only one in the house?
Then you're moving, no matter what.
What if you hire... Nope. You can't clean it, obviously, because you're too traumatized. But what if you hired an outside company and they came in and they scrubbed it down and they just assured you that it was fine.
Are you talking about one of those crews where they're like...
The people that clean up after dead bodies normally.
Body scene ones?
The crime scene people, and they clean up this.
The bigger ones where they have the suits on. I don't know if that's enough. I wouldn't feel safe if someone just was able to walk in. I wouldn't feel safe.
Okay.
I'd move anyways just for that.
Yeah. Like, what if we put some new locks on the doors?
You cannot do enough.
You can't do enough?
No.
Okay.
Because at night, you just breathing and you think you smell it again.
I smell BO. Honey, is that you?
Is he back? Like, you're just so afraid. I would never be able to be comfortable again.
You're done.
And you could get out of your lease if that happens. Unless you're the one that, like, left the door open. But...
Well, but they can't prove that.
You don't need to tell them that.
They can't prove it.
They can't prove that. Just pack your stuff up and go somewhere else and feel better.
I do think you can get out of a lease, but what if you own it? What if it's yours?
You have to sell it.
It's
a fine time to sell a home, isn't it?
Well, I mean, the market's up, they say.
Yeah. If not, you're just going to have to take a loss and go.
Whatever it takes.
We're like, why did they move out so quick that weekend? Well.
Did you guys hear the one about the candy man?
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at RadioU.com/donate.
Bro, how does Nick even live with you? Like, how does she take it?